Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Mocha Foodie Gardener. Today we're going to be making a yummy cheddar broccoli soup. It's wintertime and I've been kind of craving a nice hearty soup that actually kind of fits in those little bread bowls. So I love the bread bowls. So today we're going to be making the soup, the cheddar broccoli soup, and then I'm also going to show you how to make a bread bowl. Very simple recipe. So we're going to start off with 1.5 cups of broccoli. You're going to want to get the little broccoli florets so you can easily chop them up, coarsely chopped. It doesn't have to be finely chopped or anything. You're also going to get 2 cups either chicken stock or chicken broth. Butter, you're going to want 1 tablespoon of butter as well as 1/4 cup of butter. And I'm holding this up. This is 1/4 cup because it means it's 4 tablespoons. And this is what I love about these sticks of butter right here, because they have the little measurements on front so you can see how much is a tablespoon or what have you, and then cut it up that way. And then I can go ahead and just melt it in this little container here, and I'll have my 1/4 cup of butter. You're also going to want to chop up 1 celery stalk, 1/2 onion. You're going to want 1/4 cup of flour, and matchstick carrots, about 1 cup of matchstick carrots. Now, again, with these, so you can buy these from the grocery store, but I kind of find cutting vegetables a little cathartic, so I'm going to show you how to matchstick your own carrots, or you can just buy them already cut up if you don't have the time. So, and then we're also going to need 2.5 cups of cheddar cheese for that cheesy goodness. And then the last thing to round it off is just salt and pepper to taste. You're also going to need 2 cups of milk that I don't have presented here, but we're going to add that a little later. We're going to get going on the soup, and then as the soup is cooking, I'm going to show you guys how to make the yummy bread bowls. Stick around. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use my Ninja Foodie, and we're going to start off with melting our butter. Once the butter starts melting, go ahead and add your onions. You're going to saute and take it down to low-medium for about 5 minutes until they're translucent. Once the onions are all done, we're going to set them aside. Next, we're going to melt 1/4 cup of butter. You can melt it in a microwave too, but this is just kind of makes more sense for me. Once your butter is all melted, you're going to add in your 1/4 cup of flour and just whisk it in. Until it all starts to melt a little bit. Next, you're going to pour in the milk slowly. And as you're doing that, you want to make sure that all the flour texture is all gone. Just make it nice and smooth because you don't want to see the lumps in there. Just continue to whisk it. Slowly continue to pour in the milk, loosening up all that flour. You're going to go ahead and pour in your 2 cups of chicken broth or chicken stock. You're just going to continue to mix it for about 20 minutes or so. It sounds kind of long, but this is very important because it's going to help thicken your soup. Next, you're going to whisk and put back in the onions, the broccoli, celery, and carrots all into the mixture. Whisk that in for about another 20 minutes. All right, after 20 minutes of letting that saute on low to medium heat, you're going to go ahead and add in your cheese. Stir that in until it gets nice and melted. And you can add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to tell you now that it really doesn't need it because I've been tasting it as it's been cooking, and it is so amazing. It is so, so good. Go ahead and turn on the keep warm button while we make our bread bowls. So, being the goofball that I am, I totally forgot to hit record as I prepared the materials to make the bread bowls. So I'll walk you through the few steps of how to do it. You'll start off with 2.5 cups of warm water to about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So once you get that water in your bowl, you're going to pour in 2 packets of instant yeast, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. I prefer organic sugar, but either one is fine. You're going to mix that in and then pour in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Give that a good mix so that you can dissolve the yeast a bit. Then I get 4 cups of bread flour and 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Now the bread flour is going to help the dough to puff up nicely and make those bread bowls nice and puffy. To start, slowly add in the flour, maybe about half and half, and just mix as you go. You can use a regular stand mixer with the kneading bread attachment, or you can do it by hand. Either one is fine. Once you get all the flour mixed in, the last step will be to add in your salt. Now, the salt should go last because if you add it in right when you add in the yeast, that will also deactivate your yeast. Once you get all the ingredients mixed in, you're going to knead the dough for about a good 5 minutes. Again, you can do it in the stand mixer or do it by hand. Once you've completed kneading your dough, you're going to put it into a bowl, cover it with saran wrap and a nice warm cloth, or in this case, I just use a paper towel. I dampen the paper towel and get it nice and warm and put it in a warm spot for about 40 minutes. Okay, once your dough has rose about double the size, as you can see this has happened, you're gonna gently push it down just to kind of get all the air out. And best you can, get it out of the bowl. And we're gonna use our dough cutter to evenly break up the pieces. I think this recipe calls for about a good 4 to 5 bread bowls. So, got about 5 here. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to round them off like this. You're going to want to kind of turn them at the bottom to make them nice and round. So continue to round them off. And as you're doing that, you're going to squeeze the bottom, kind of squeeze it and twist to get it into a nice round ball. Nice round ball, just like that. Okay? And you're going to lay them onto your greased pan. I'll show you how to do that again. So you're just going to go inward, pull it inward like this, and start squeezing it together at the bottom part. All right? Just like that, nice little round ball. Again, as you're pulling them down, you're going to continue to just squeeze it down to the bottom part to make it into a nice round smooth ball. You want it nice and smooth like this. And just pinch the bottom part, tuck it a bit, again nice and round like a ball. Then I'm going to strategically put them so, because we're going to have them rise one more time, right? One last thing you're going to do before you cover them is you're going to score the bread like that. Just cut a little cross in them. And this will again help the bread rise into a nice bread bowl, to a nice ball that you're looking to achieve. And now that they're all nice and scored and fairly evenly placed, you're going to take that same damp rag, or in my case a little damp paper towel. Actually, that saran wrap again helps to keep in that moisture, which helps to make them rise. Get your damp paper towel. You can use a rag if you have one, but I have found paper towels work just as well for me. And then you're gonna let that rise for another 30 minutes, okay? All right, now once you've done your second rise, you're gonna go ahead and give it a quick egg wash. You're just using egg yolks and about a tablespoon of water. And put your bread bowls in the oven. We're going to add a cup of water to a baking pan. You're going to set that for about at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes or so. All right, once you take the bread out, you're going to go ahead and just cut around in a circle. You're going to want to cut downward to try to cut into the bread, so that when you get that top off, it'll be easy to get the guts out. All right, so you get the top, and you can dig out as much of the bread as you want. Don't take too much because you still want it to have a little thickness in it to make it useful as a bowl. And the excess bread can be used for like croutons or anything like that. So there you go. Perfect little bowl. So let's go put our soup in it. All right, so now you're just gonna take the soup and pour it right into the bowl. Tilt it up just a bit. Nice heaping amount. And there you go. And once you get your soup in there, you're gonna go ahead and take the lid and just tap it to the side like this and dip it on in there and enjoy your nice cheddar broccoli soup in a bread bowl.